Hey, this is Brad Garland from Finovate 2008 in sunny San Francisco. You're watching The Burst.
Yeah, so Mint is it's a free personal finance web application. It's mint.com. We launched about 7 months ago. And we have almost 250,000 users at this point. So we're growing very, very rapidly. We've got about $17 million in venture funding from the same people who did eBay, among other things. And Mint makes personal finance really easy, and it's actually got a UI that that doesn't look like a bank site. That's not so damn boring.
Yeah. Now let me ask a question on this, because this is something that inevitably comes up with the bankers. I show them your site, I show them other sites like it, and they love it. And their question is, okay, we really like it, but how are they?
This information.
Yeah, exactly. So from
our bank site, that's our information.
Right.
I disagree, bankers. It's your users' information, and they should be able to take it wherever they'd want and wherever it gives them the most insight. And I would hope that that would be their bank site, but since you guys aren't as innovative as you could be, it's mint.com right now.
SmartyPig started, the idea came about 3 years ago. My wife and I had our first child, Charlie, and I set up a 529 plan.
Right.
It's like one of the first things you do.
Yeah.
And after a few months, I just thought what a great resource this was for me, because I would go into my account and I'd see, oh, $400 or $500. I mean, after 4 or 5 months, it was accumulating. I wasn't missing it because it was recurring out of my checking account. And I thought, you know, there's got to be something out there that allows me to take that same philosophy to specific goals in my life. Family vacation, a new mountain bike, you know, maybe it's a big screen television. And I just thought for sure there was some really cool Web 2.0 company from San Francisco that did it. And when I couldn't find it, you know, the light bulb just kind of started to go off. And so that's really what led us to developing SmartyPig. Like I said, it was something that we thought about 3.5 years ago. In January of 2007, we went full time building the site. The site went live about 6 to 8 weeks ago. In full live mode. We went in beta testing for a couple months, and it's been great. We have customers in 48 states already, and it's just been kind of viral in nature how it's spread.
So Credit Karma has 3 main value propositions. The first piece is that consumers can check their credit score free of charge at any time.
Like really free?
Yeah, really free. No catches, no hidden fees, right? And that's really very unique to Credit Karma. No other site does that. It's a drastic change from the current landscape of consumer credit marketing, right? The next piece is we're really trying to build out a set of tools that allow consumers to monitor and improve their score over time. So building out comparisons and building out analysis to show, hey, you know, the older you are, the older your trade lines, and therefore, generally speaking, the higher your credit level, right? And having consumers understand all those nuances. So the next time you go to a forum about credit scores, you don't see all this misinformation. You don't, see all people giving other people really bad advice sometimes. And the third piece is really helping consumers leverage that score for their own gain. So let me give you a quick example of, let's say in the mobile space. If you have higher credit, you're generally less likely to take up customer service time, you're less likely to go into collections.
Interesting,
All in all, you're more likely to be a higher profit customer. So the idea is let's go out to the mobile carriers and say, hi, we've got access to people who have higher credit. Why don't you give them a discount? Because we all know that they're a high profit margin customer, right? And hence the idea of Credit Karma, right? By doing right on your credit, you should be rewarded in other ways. So, that's kind of a little bit of the vision of the site, and hopefully we can execute on that.
Yeah, definitely. So basically, just a few things that I thought were really interesting about the conference. First off was we actually, during the conference, we were doing little 2 to 3 sentence reviews of each company, which you can get at blog.banktastic.com. But what we also ran into is that during the entire conference, we actually ran into a bunch of other people on Twitter. And so it turned into like a 10 or 15 person conversation going on through the entire conference. So there was this entire back channel going on of, talking about the presenters, how well they did, how bad they did, what we thought of each product. So it made for a really interesting conference. So actually you can go to tweetscan.com. We'll link that up and search for Finovate, and you'll be able to go back through the conversation. So it was very interesting. Now, some themes that came out of the conference, there was a lot of personal PFMs, personal finance management tools. There was a lot of social investment type of tools that were there, and then there was a lot of stuff from the standpoint of peer-to-peer lending that kind of came out as overall themes. So even though it was 40 people or 40 companies for 5 minutes apiece, there was really overarching themes. I thought the conference went really well. We got some really good videos with some of the founders of these companies, and check them out when you get a chance. So we'll see you guys from San Francisco, Finovate Startup. Peace.